welcome back to part 6 of Schizophrenia, the Fight of the Telepath. My name is Zion, and I am the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, Book of Zion, and YouTube channel Pot Smoker's Bible, where I teach about prophecy, telepathy, ascension, uh, God, drugs, and rock and roll, basically. That's me. God, drugs, and rock and roll. Anyway, in this series, Schizophrenia, the Fight of the Telepath, I am teaching all schizophrenics, and therefore telepaths, their truth, so that they can learn to heal. Now, I am not in any way, shape, or form advocating that you stop taking your medication. I am not one of those people that believes that you should need a disclaimer. This isn't a disclaimer. I'm telling you this. Keep taking your pills. They help protect you from the negative people and things that try to hurt you when you become telepathic. And in my last episode, I told you how to heal yourself because your underlying trauma makes you subject to this bombardment of telepathic negativity. So when you heal yourself, you empower yourself. And when you empower yourself, you become whole. And then one day, you go to your psychiatrist and you're talking away and they're looking at your chart and they're like, I'm going to reduce your medication because you're doing so well that I think that maybe you might be able to handle it with a reduced dosage. And you'll be like, yeah, I think so. I've been working on everything that we've been working on all this time, and I think that I've been making a breakthrough. You know, you don't have to tell her that you think that you've decided you're a telepath and you're not schizophrenic anymore. That you've learned how to deal with your fear, that your deep fear is coming from outside of you and you don't have to deal with it. And now you've been taught how to heal. How to go that one step further than that doctor knows how to tell you. And the only reason why I know how to tell you how to do that is because I did it myself. Okay? So everything that they're teaching you, use that and then use this in addition. Don't stop taking your pill. Let your doctor tell you when you're healed. Okay? Because, it's like I finally went to a doctor after I'd gone through the whole process of fighting my fight with schizophrenia, with becoming a telepath. And I won my fight, and I became a stabilized telepath, and I no longer was bombarded with all the voices. Now, I'm the voice that speaks in your head, that calls herself Zion, that teaches unity and love and brotherhood and the ways of peace, the unicorn way. Truth, light, joy, love. That's what I'm about. I'm not about doctors' prescriptions and stuff like that. I'm about the soul, the healing of the soul, and the path of the telepath. The fight of the telepath through the insane awakening process and into an actualized person who no longer needs, by the doctor's definition, no longer needs the medication, is cured. You're not cured, you just understand what you are. And by understanding what you are, you understand the playing field that you live in. And once you understand your environment, then you can navigate your environment and you can go beyond. But as long as you are schizophrenic, under duress, mentally, you need to follow your doctor's advice because they have the basics. They know that first step. And they can teach it to you just as well as I could. Probably better because I've never concentrated on their part of the thing. But I did look at Jung and Freud through my own necessity of writing a book. Had to. I wrote a book. It became part of my book, so I had to research it. But I once you heal, which if you follow my directions what I taught you in my last episode comes from a book called Dianetics from a man called L. Ron Hubbard that I don't suggest you follow down his rabbit hole because he went down a rabbit hole and became the founder of Scientology. Don't become a Scientologist, okay? Because they're not telepaths. They follow him. He was a telepath. They followed him. But we need to blaze our own path because we're telepaths. And that's what we do. So once you deal with all of your emotional trauma, and that takes years. I started in 1979. I didn't finish until the 1990s. That's how long it took for me to deal with my trauma. So you're going on a quest to heal that is going to take a lot of time, energy, and tears. You're going to cry a lot. You're going to scream a lot. You're going to yell a lot. You're going to rant and rave and moan and groan and piss and blah, 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 blah. But it's going to be in a therapeutic setting. Because discharging these negative emotions that you have within you and you keep within you, you don't let them go, and that's your problem. We are taught to suppress our emotions. Emotions are half of what a telepath is. It's half of what being human is. Not just telepathic, but humans are emotional beings too. And if we deny our emotions, we deny our truth and our power. Which is why the world bombards us with crap. We are bombarded with crap because we are weakened by the insanity that we're taught. We are disempowered because we have no emotion to power ourselves with. Because emotions are the source of our power. That is why you will not see me. Okay, you will see me release negative energy because I have no use for it. And the negative energy that we live in as a day in a world setting is constantly around us. I call it muck. So it's like the negativity will get into my head and start making me feel negative, and then I'll just slough it off. Okay? But if I'm talking justice and I'm pissed, I got what the coon asses in Louisiana call a red ass. You don't want to see me with the red ass. Because it is, I'm told, amazing. And just because I'm a telepath, I use my emotional energy to project my will upon others. Which is what happens to people who are tyrannized. It's like, that's what Trump does. Trump's a telepath. And you know what I do with Trump? He'll never admit it. But hey, Trump, I'm the one that comes to you in your dreams. I'm the one that brought you to Lady Liberty. Remember that dream? Because I'm a dream walker. So it's like I only use that kind of thing against my mortal enemies like Trump, who uses his telepathic abilities as a negative entity in order to destroy. And my job is to protect life. He destroys life. I protect life. He's a negative energy. He is a negative telepath. And I am his biggest enemy. I'm the one person on this planet that he has not got a chance against. And he knows it. Because I come from the light. And he is an entity of a darkness. He chose a dark path. Selfishness, ego, everything that he stands for is dark. And if you don't believe that, well, you're as dark as he is then. Go your way and have fun with it. Because I don't have time for it. But if you're a gray or white, If you love the light, or if you're halfway in between, then follow the unicorn way, or follow the telepathic way. Choose to do good, or at least to do no harm, and actualize your own desire. Take control of who you are and what you are. Use your emotions, because that's what they're there for, okay? So when you want something to happen, make sure that it's really what you want, and then put your desire behind it. It's like, use your emotions. If you really want that thing so bad, use the joy that having it, the, the joy of the thought of having it, to actualize that in your mind, and it will come to you. Believe me, I know. I actualized the guitar, and 2 days later it walked to my door. So you can make your dreams come true by using your emotional energy to make your desire realized. But be careful, because if you choose the wrong thing, you'll regret it. But your energies are yours to command and control, and you do that through your emotions. Now, in order to truly use your emotions, you have to control them first. Most of us are basket cases when it comes to our emotional stability. And I am a prime example of that. My emotions, it's like, I tell people, oh, you're bipolar? Well, I'm bipolar too. You show me a puppy and I'm gonna giggle and think it's the cutest thing, and then if you show me somebody getting gunned down in the streets, I'm gonna cry foul. So, bipolarism is just having emotions, people. We, the reason we have mental sickness is because we don't allow ourselves to feel. In this society, we're only allowed to feel greed, ego, selfishness, self-gratification, self-glorification, blind following the traditions of your forefathers. You're not allowed to feel. A little boy is routinely told not to cry because men don't cry. Yeah, that's how men become psychopaths. That's how you get Trump. That's how you get rapists. That's how you get white supremacists. That's how you get evil people. Because you tell little boys they can't cry. And then you let the little girl cry. And then he hates the little girl. And then he grows up to hate the woman. And then he becomes a rapist. Because we forced him to suppress his emotions. That's what all of the memory encasing crap is all about. That's why our emotions are locked inside of us and we can't get them out, and they overpower us because of that. And that's what all the negative entities use for a food source. Is all that pent up, uh, it's like we just exude, we just generate all this negative energy because of all this negative energy that we have contained within us in the form of our emotional suppression. We can have laughter, we can have joy, we can have the positive emotions, but we aren't allowed to express the negative ones. Because he's an asshole if he does. Well, yeah, but why is he an asshole? What did you do to him to make him fucking be an asshole? Because we aren't taking responsibility for our actions. So we aren't allowed to express how much your actions piss us off, but you're allowed to do it. Doesn't make sense. We have to express our emotions in order to have enough emotional space to have more, which is what I'm trying to do with this. Show you how to heal yourself, how to become a functioning, safe telepath. Okay? Now, a lot of you, I know, by doing this video, I am creating a bunch of monsters. But that's okay, because this world is full of monsters. All I want to do is save those beautiful souls that suffer. So if you're a suffering soul who's telepathic and called schizophrenic, stop. you're a telepath. You're not crazy. Believe me. Watch my videos. You'll know. So I'm going to say later now, because I never say goodbye. See you in a minute.